Hey kids, comics! Silver-haired Bronze Age babe here, yakking about our comic book collection, and today I'm venturing into, wait for it, the 1990s. I had the great good fortune to be introduced to this title, Sandman Mystery Theater. Some of you may know that my friend Rob and I did a live dive a month or so ago. Actually, more so, I guess. Anyway, we did a live dive talking about our favorite runs, and he mentioned this. I had, of course, never heard of it because I am an old fart and I stopped reading and collecting comics probably in 1979, although the collecting bug keeps going back. But my collection is silver and bronze age books, so I knew nothing about this. And because I trust Rob's taste, and everyone on the chat during that went bonkers crazy, saying, "Oh my God, this is one of the greatest book titles ever. Go try it." And I did. I bought the first two. By the way, look at that cover. That's amazing. I bought the first two story arcs. They come in. Each arc has 4 issues, and so I bought 8 issues, number 1 through 8, and I adored it. I thought it was fantastic. So I went and I went to the internets and I bought me some more copies, which you're seeing me show off here. And it is gritty crime noir kind of stuff. What I really appreciated about it is a few things. Number one, the noir stuff it takes place in the 1930s, and I really like that time frame. And I'm a big fan of a character named Diane Belmont in this. She is kind of second fiddle to the Sandman, and she's an amazing character. She's really interesting, and from my perspective, she totally balances out, at least in the first few. Let me grab this too. First 2 or 3 arcs that I've read. The sexual violence that is taking place in these stories. So if it weren't for Diane Belmont, I'm not sure I would keep going with this series. So there's that. Now, I just am in receipt of an amazing AOK from Tartan Phantom. He has been following my videos and joins in on our live dives. And he and I have had marvelous conversations about the comics and then funny books. And he, out of the absolute kindness of his heart, sent me some more Sandman Mystery Theater. He sent me 2 story arcs that are his favorites. And I am just so appreciative of this. I can't even tell you. So... one of the things that I really love about pouring into these books, and you may say, well, why did you get the originals instead of getting a trade paperback? Letters to the editor, and that is as equally an interesting part of this run for me as anything else. The letters to the editor were very wise and cogent and had a lot to say, and the editors had a lot of things to say back, and really interesting, and pointed out how, the writer's decisions to basically make stories about hate crimes in the 1930s to demonstrate, the societal inequities, certainly is... It's compelling, and it's relevant, I think, to today as well. At one point, somebody wrote in, and I think a lot of people wrote in and complained about the artistic depiction and the colorization issue relative to an Asian character in, I think, the second story arc. And the editor, rather than what you would have had in the 70s or the 60s or 70s, which is A, they may not have even bothered to publish it, but B, if they did, they was like, hey, they probably would have, made some kind of snarky comment about it. These editors said, you're right, we screwed up, and we apologize for it. We could have done better, but we didn't. And we will make every effort in the future to correct that. And we understand why it's problematic. And, you got us, and thank you for pointing that out. I mean, that is just, that's amazing. For this comic book fan, who, I'm a big fan of the letters to the editor. And so just to see how that change occurred in the 90s, I think that's great. So thank you, my friend Rob, for introducing me to this series, and a big thank you to my other friend Rob, Tartan Phantom, for sending me a glorious AOK. I couldn't be happier to have this all in the collection. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time.